Hi, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program, and yep, here we go. Wasn't sure we'd work. Had a crash, wasn't sure everything was going to come up. Anyway, doesn't matter, it's fine. We're just going to... So, Science for Overtime. Are we going forward at all? We're going slowly forward. I've redesigned the landing gear. So I've got a wider base. I'm using these fixed wheels, which I think are more stable. Before I'd ended up using 3 of those, which I don't think is very clever, actually. I begin to wonder if I shouldn't have put some control surfaces on. Where to put it? So I'm going to see if I can find some of the there's quite a lot of biomes in the Space Center itself, and I've got a map, so I'm going to see if I can find them. Oh, dear me. I've also been fiddling with settings because I used to be able to record reasonably well, and the file would not be too bad. I haven't changed anything. Everything's been really, really choppy and horrible. And I'm getting, voice goes out of sync and things like that. That's not fun at all. Find a way of fixing that. But never mind. Going quite slowly at the moment because every time I've tried to not go slowly, kind of crash. So let's go a little bit faster. That's feeling very fast. Something on the horizon there, which I'm suspecting that's either the moon or Minmus. We've got Bob, who's our scientist. He's in charge. It suddenly occurs to me that I'm going to want to grab temperature. We can brake, which is quite nice without going face first or anything like that. That's pretty cool. So we can see how smooth the transition is between the slightly lumpy level 1 runway and this concrete here. Oh dear me. Right, now let's put on the brakes. Let's actually stop. And make sure that my engine's actually off. And grab a crew report, get some science. I love that. Take data. Take data. Reserve distributor. I don't know. Oh no, yeah, this is from the SPH, Spaceplane Hangar, so that's extra data. And I can reserve materials back. Keep that data, and then I can reset. Ooh, can I not reset the materials back? get back on board. Okay, that was a bit entertaining. Look what happened there. So we will take data, store the experiments. So what have we got? Temperature scan, crew report. I haven't got any of the other ones yet. Okay. Might as well get an EVA and a surface sample. Collect the data from that. Right, so observe materials bay. Keep the data. No, I can't collect the data from it. Oh, there we go. Collect the data. Remove the data. Then store it. Store that. Oh, actually, I will. Oh, okay. Looks like when I entered, they automatically stored everything, which is nice. Now, there is. Now, allegedly, right? There's all these different biomes in the site in the KSP. So not just spaceplane hangar, but I should be able to get to places like the round tanks and the SPH tanks. But they're actually not here yet because I haven't upgraded. So there is a slight question as to whether or not I can get them at all until I fully upgrade. So I may have to come back and get those. The actual layout of the even just the concrete is very different. Yeah. Like, I think I've got a little map, you see, and I think somewhere around here should be, you know, this is still just SPH, so somewhere around here would be the SPS round tanks. Might be around here, I think. I've never actually, I don't think I've ever actually managed to get a one of those little sub-biomes like the flagpoles or the tanks or anything like that. So I might be a bit ambitious to try and get the tanks, given that tanks don't appear to exist at the moment. I'm just gonna log temperature here. So this is still just SPH, which is fine. Okay. Well, this little rover seems to be working reasonably well. So I think I might just use this and get what I can, and just grab as much science as I can, even if I can't get, you know, super special ones like oh dear me, you know, flagpole, can't get that maybe, and maybe that's just fine. Science! Science! Oh no, that's aggravating. Okay. So I haven't invented ladders yet. Okay. Ah. Right, it gave me the option to climb something else. Ah ha ha ha! Ah! Come on! Well done! Oh man. You deserve a medal just for that. But that's enough science for right now, so let's recover the vessel and see how much we have. Because there's nearly 40 experiments in that lot. Quite a lot. Look at that! I got 179 science from all of that. That's really nice. Oh, yeah. And there's actually, I'm fairly sure there's a few more I could have gotten. I think there's a few. I think I forgot a few. To do EVA reports on some of them, and I forgot to do samples, surface samples on some of them, and stuff like that. I get my money's back. No reputation doesn't matter. R&D time. Hello. That's not what I was looking for. What am I looking for? Not landing. There's one of the 90s I was going to go for. And I believe it's this one, because this gives me the more importantly, it gives me the photovoltaic panels, which means I can now make satellites with solar panels and lights. So I'm going to take that one. And I won't be able to go up this high because I can't research things at over 100. Well, I don't have 100 science anymore, 160 science anymore, but I wouldn't be able to do this because my science. The VAB, not VAB, the R&D is I need to upgrade it to enable me to do that. But I can go look for other things. Do you want to go straight to docking ports? I mean, I kind of sort of do, because I like docking ports. Hitchhiker, the barometer, which more science, there's a lot to be said for that. Ladders! Obviously, I really eventually want to go, you know, up here and get mobile processing land, the mobility enhancers, which are actual ladders. I really want the science lab. I really do want the mobile processing lab, because you can apparently chuck some scientists in it and then just ferry experiments to it, and they'll just keep processing and making just more science. So in the long run, you just get tons of science out of them, is what I hear. So now I've got 100 science to play with. What do I want to do with it? So many options. Quite like that one. That gives me a big fuel tank, which I've been missing. I can actually get 2 at this level. I can get 1 at this level. I can go mad and get really good aerodynamics. So that's if I wanted to go the space plane route. This is what I would. Detective shell. I can start making fairings. Ooh, that's so tempting. I want to play with fairings. So I don't think I actually want to do this. But I like the idea of playing with fairings, especially when I start to make satellites and launch them into orbit. I shouldn't be. Yeah, it shouldn't let me get this one. Well, I don't have the science points anyway. Hitchhiker storage container. Ooh. Ooh. That'll be very good for tourism missions, and the barometer will be good for more science. Landing would be kind of cool. Aerodynamics gives me fairings, which is a new thing that I haven't played with yet, but I think I can wait for that. All the inline wheels and inline cockpits. I want to do an inline cockpit, but maybe not yet. Yeah, that's an idea for a science plane, where you have a pilot, but you also have a scientist in the back. So the scientist can do all the science stuff. No, I can't go all the way up there. What am I doing? I'm going to go up here. Docking ports. I don't need docking ports yet. I want them, but I don't need them, so let's not do that. Ladders. See, I can't get proper ladders until I get here. The storage container looks like a good. I think the storage container might be a good idea because that's going to enable me to do tourist missions. And I get the barometer, so I'm going to go for that. That's my choice. I've made the choice. It's too late now. So there you go. What am I going to catch, actually? So these are some tourist missions. And they want suborbital flights, right? Like they all want suborbital flights. So if I get that lander or that ferry thing, assuming I can get I only need to get to about 80k or so, and that's a suborbital. Oh, I could have done that one. Yeah. Right. Well, assuming I can right, but there is one thing I want to try before I finish up today. And that is that's doing that again. I don't like it when it does that. So you can play about unused liquid fuel, which is true. Whole thing is I don't know why it's going all wonky like this, but I don't like it. I'm going to try just chucking fuel on. Oh, it should be complaining about the unused monopropellants. Has one monopropellant container. Well, that's fine, but I'm not going to chuck any else in. Fine. Oh, would help if I chucked an engine on at some point, wouldn't it? Now, this is my 215. That's my best engine in a minute. Well, I should probably work out what its thrust to weight ratio is. 200. Yeah, I want this one. I was wondering if I just chuck in fuel. Alright, so I'm not going to go for any boosters or anything. And I want to do, there's actually two things I want to do with this. First, I want to just chuck a bunch of fuel up in orbit. Basically, I'm trying to get away from using too much of the weight, because if I add boosters, I'm adding a lot of weight, and I'm adding a bunch of parts as well. But what I really want to do is see if I can't do a proper actual gravity turn. Let's try that. So the only problem it's got at the moment is that I've got unused monopropellants. That's fine. Crew. Let's change that to Valentina. I do not know why my VAB goes all wonky like this. I don't like it. Now there's going to be a big question whether or not this actually has the weight, the thrust to weight ratio to get off the launch pad. Fortunately I've got tooltips, otherwise I would not be able to see what I'm doing with the VAB in that condition. It is slightly irritating that the UI does that. Right. Whoops. Now, a proper gravity turn is SAS goes straight up. When you get to about 50 to 100 meters per second, you tip over by about 5 degrees, and then you turn SAS off. And the idea is you should get a balance between the rocket trying to tip over because there's a heavy weight at that end, and the rocket trying to go in an exact straight line because of the fins. So we'll see. Alright, I'm getting off the surface, which is good. So we're going to tip over a little bit. Right, so SAS is off. My hands are off the controls. Now you can see that my inclination is going off. I'm not going directly east anymore. But I don't mind that so much. So in theory, what happens, right, is you go in one long continuous burn into a circular orbit. I might throttle down a little bit. Mach effect, but that's probably alright. So I'm going a bit too straight, so maybe my fins are too strong actually. But I've already got a shallower profile than I have previously. I'm going to let it go to about 80 before I start. Right, I'm just going to turn off. That's not done what I wanted it to do. So I'm going to turn SAS back on. Just going to have yet another go at getting into something resembling an orbit. Just positioning myself so I'm on the same. I'm on the horizon compared to the prograde marker there. And I don't know if I've got enough fuel, and I don't know when I should be doing it because I don't have any of my normal flight planning abilities. I also have to be cautious because the worst thing I can do is end up in precisely an orbit, but no fuel left. I don't know. This one's going to be close. Well, I might get distance records out of this. Yeah, okay, that's that. Meh. Wow, I came real close. If I'd fired at a better time, I might have done it actually. So I'm in fact going to have to do some aerobraking just to get down. So I don't know if I'm going to get any distance records out of this. So yeah, so I'm back in atmosphere. That's going to pull in. So I doubt I'm going to make an actual orbit. Yeah, I might have made it. I might have made it. So there are some adjustments to be made there. There you go. Well, I'm obviously going to have to land this thing, but I've done that a lot, so I should be alright with that. So thank you very much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Oh, I see. I've got some atmosphere. Now I'm in the atmosphere. I've got control over the rocket a bit. I'm going to go up to try and kill my speed. Whoop. Anyway, hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Find us at nearlyenoughdice.com, which is our role-playing game team podcast and blog. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook. And finally, When we meet again, until we meet again, reach for the stars.